welcome to the latest train simulator stream. Today I'm going to be doing a little bit of route building on Ponte Pandy itself. So welcome to Ponte Pandy. Well, this is the museum. So lots of changes have happened to the route since last time you've seen it. It's got, trust me, it's got a lot better than it was. So originally it was incredibly, I thought it was really good, but it wasn't. So I thought it was really nicely detailed, but I realised as time passed that it wasn't actually that spectacular, and then we ought to give it a little bit more love. So that's what we're doing. So essentially what we've done is we replanned the whole route, Bertie and I, from Greendale all the way to Ponte Pandy. Some station names will be changed. Ponte Pandy to Hatchworth is now pretty much complete. Just needs a couple of details added, and that is what we are doing now. We just the only area that isn't done is the museum, and that's what we're working on now. And there goes the last line of trees. So all this would have been possible without Joe's absolutely awesome help. It's thanks to him that I've actually learned how to do foliage properly. I know that looks shit, and you're probably saying, Adrian, I thought it looked really nice. Now I am aware that is the area that looks bad, but I'll be revealing the route properly shortly. Right, maybe that's what we've done then. Let's have a big beach. Let's scale one up a bit. There you go. That's nice-ish. Just check you can't really see the 2D trees behind it. Maybe have a, there you go, line of bushes there. I need a tree. Let's have an elm. And then we need another tree. Let's have a hawthorn, a medium one, and we're going to scale it up. There you go, beautiful trees. Let's have medium oak here, maybe downscaled a bit. There you go, very pretty. We're going to use shortly some bushes as well, and some grass. I'm going to add some, I'm going to add a line of, no I don't like silver bird. I'm going to add a line of sycamore trees. Lovely. So I'm pleased to say Ponte Pandy is actually nice now, unlike before. Remember the fact that it is a it's a route that will be released. It's a bit like Alan Thompson Sim's West Coast Main Line Missing Link. It's very much a kind of, we add to it, but as in every stage that is released is fully finished. But it's and drivable and everything, but it's not the complete route. This will be the complete route, but every time, so some time will pass and we will release an update, and there will be lots of regular updates. So changes that have happened is we've added a gate into the access point for the museum. Riley works have relocated. So north of Littleton by Sea, nothing's happened. That's still absolutely copy and paste as it was. This is Pontypandy Railway Museum, which is a bit funny compared to, it's a bit funny, different compared to other railway museums, and I'll tell you why after. And I'm not going to show you anything else. Right, yet. Once we finish route building this area, I will. So let's get some. I'm quite a big fan of the conkers, so let's get some conker trees. I am a big advocate of. I used to have far too many 3D trees, so one of our beta testers told me that it was essentially it's running too badly on normal spec computers, to which I agreed and realised that we needed to do something about it, and we have done something about it. We went through the route up to Littleton by Sea, deleting every single bit of tree and grass, and reworked it completely from the bottom up. So it makes it an actual route that's drivable now and pretty and enjoyable. Let's have a small alder here. They're nice. Alders, I think they are. Not alder, stupid self. Also, I'm pleased to say that later today you will have a very special video. I'm not going to reveal it until it comes out. We're going to have a big beach, and I'm going to upscale it to make it extra big. Another thing that we've done is we've replaced all the water along the coastline up to Hatchworth with a more realistically coloured one. That will be done on the whole route, obviously, but at the minute we haven't got that far north. Just downscale this one a bit. I always think that even though you only get like three types, you can actually add quite a bit of variety by scaling them. There's too many trees now. There we go. I can't see what I'm doing. This tree needs to go in a bit. Very pretty. So now it just needs grass and we need a tree here, an elm, and we could do with another big one here. So let's have a small elm and we can upscale it. The thing is that the trees, the different models actually change. So a medium elm is different to a big elm, so you can actually upscale them to essentially have lots of different trees to make it a little bit more interesting. There you go, absolutely gorgeous. So that is now the scenery complete for the Pontypandy Railway, and it will release in 10 minutes, no joke. And that is the... need some bushes here, so VPT, bush. Whoa, where do you think you're going? Weird. A bush there, and there we go. That's nice. And then now what we're going to do is we're going to add an irregular save, as usual. Asset block irregular. It's going to run from here. Yeah, I don't do vast asset blocks anymore. I do small ones that don't spaz out your route or take up 700 FPS. Or a 50,000 gigabyte RAM computer to run. Unfortunately, the requirements for the route are absolutely horrendously large, so you will need 1,000,001 different routes to be able to run this properly. But that is just so that the route would look its best and look nice and varied. Also have a little detail. So Henry, our 3D artist, has been working on a low loader, standard gauge low loader. I will admit it's not the best, but he's progressing very well within the whole project. So give him a chance because he's really competent. And I'm sure you'll love his work once some of it releases. So, let's get the other irregular asset block done. I don't know why I'm saying irregular asset, just let's get the other asset block done. And then I'll give you a little tour of what's been done starting at Pontypandy Station. go, very nice. Yeah, that should be nice. Ambient audios there had a rework as well. Made it more realistic. We've added waves near the sea. We've also added lots of nice details. So please join me as that gets done. We're gonna go to Pontypandy Station quickly underground so you can't see what's been done. Right, and load in. Right, so as we look up from the platform, we're going to see a very detailed station. So we've added National Rail stop markers for all the National Rail services. They're not mine, by the way, they're James Class 37s, and you also therefore need to download them separately. We have also added some nice billboards from UKTS, freeware packs, and some general clutter to make the station look a little bit more alive and realistic. And we've also fenced off this area because it was kind of weird that you'd be able to randomly jump off there. So we fenced it all off to create a more polished appearance. We've added ambient lighting to the whole route. We've added some nice random detail. Lovely canopy. We've changed the signals to North Wales coastal signals. We've added clutter where there should be clutter. So here you get some random gunk. If you go in here into this shed's been replaced so it's no longer a massive stretched shed. It's an actual shed with lights in it, and it's nice. We had to place the lights individually. Got a little bit of placed grass here to make it look a little bit more alive. Got what else have we added? We've added these points here to make shunting easier. This here so you can climb up onto your loco. I know it's not in real life; it's a token passing thing, but we're using it as that. We added lights, proper lights to the area. We have also refurbished the inside of this shed and added everything and anything and everything really to make it look a little bit more used, and also track sound effects and stuff like that. And we've added a water tower there, added a bit of this coal there and a bit of gravel to make it look like this area's just got a lot of ballast on it. Then we thought that if you ever run a tender engine up here, it's a bit of a nightmare having to go down the other way just without there's a tender first. So we thought we'd add a turntable. So we did, but we didn't add any old turntable. So we decided that if you go out here, you have to cross the road, and then it leads you onto the turntable that you can use to turn your loco around. And so, as you can see, over here we've also got some new bits and bobs. Like we've actually got some cars parked at the station now, and we've got some lights in the car park. Because the route has been converted to semi-national rail, so it's a heritage railway, but national rail trains, as in national. What am I on about? So trains, yeah, national rail trains do operate on here, like Great Western and Arriva Trains Wales. We have added TPWS together with the stop markers I was telling you about for 2, 3, 4, 5, 12, and S stops. And then we've also added a Pontypandy National Rail sign, which I thought it looked nice, and we added custom text to that sign. It's not a modified asset; it is just two separate assets. One is the UKTS sign, and the other one is just literally the lettering on the sign. Then we've also added some sky traffic, like a plane there. I know it's not moving, but it adds a bit of something to the route. Added some billboards. Petrol station, because we thought we needed a petrol station on the route, and it was looking a bit empty, this area, so what better place to put it. Just added some random adverts as well. I'm going to edit something quickly. I'm going to add some people walking along here. Oops. There we go. I'm just going to lay the people flat on the ground. There we go, beautiful. Just now have some people walking around outside the station. At some point. Right, more. So we've obviously had a scenery rework around here. You can see that we've got loads of lovely new trees, and the grass has been redone so it looks more natural. So we've added new trees in a naturalistic fashion, just so it looks really nice. This area has been done nicely again. The road isn't messy anymore. Actually looks decent. And we've added waves on the sea, which is now a nicely coloured sea. We've added wave sands. We've added rocks to the cliffs, to make them look a lot nicer. We've redone this area, so it's not just trees flying; it's the actual coastline moves with the trees. And we've also added some fences and stuff. So if we now carry on down the road, this will take us to the... So previously Ponte Pandy was just that area there, but now it has been expanded, so it's also that area over there. So the roads actually make sense now. They are sensical roads, they're not just the first random crap we can think of. So if we go this way, you just go around here, and you get to a road that takes you into the higher part of Ponte Pandy. We've still given a bit of scenery detail to this area, but we didn't want to overdo the grass and that, because we thought that it would just make your game run really badly. So we just kept it nice and plain. So we carry on down the old route. You can see this is just lots of houses with street lamps. It's got beautiful night lighting. It's got some various different streets that go to different... I mean, that goes nowhere. That just goes... Oh, it actually does. Sorry, my mistake. That's right. So this area goes to a crossroad, then goes to the fun park. You can hear the plane. It's a bit of a fun park over here, and we've got the fire station. And then if we carry on, we come back to where we were, but now it's nicely detailed scenery. We carry on going to the museum, and if we go to the back, we've got Henry's low loader delivering a couple of vans. So we know the low loader isn't the best model or the best texturing, but it's genuinely not bad for his third asset. And just whacking them wagons on the back looks epic. It's the first standard gauge low loader that we know of in Train Simulator. They are actual wagons, by the way, if you go into the map. There are two actual wagons. So then this whole area, that building there, and this here is the museum of Ponte Pandy. This is the railway bit, and if we carry on down here we can go on the road. Around here. This area still needs detail, by the way. This is what I was about before. And you arrive at the Ponte Pandy Museum of Randomness. No, it's just a general one. So Ponte Pandy's got a big Second World War and First World War implication. So we've taken care to add some history. So we've added some bunkers. I know that's just an upscale bunker, but it just looked nice, bigger. Then we've got the HMS Ponte Pandy, a custom model. Very pretty. An actual HMS Ponte Pandy. You'll hear some history on that ship. Then over here we've got some heritage road vehicles. And then we've got this used to be at Ponte Pandy Harbour. And then, yes, I am talking about Ponte Pandy Harbour and not Head. Ponte Pandy Head no longer exists. And because Ponte Pandy had a big Second World War thing, it's also got a Second World War collection. So we've had a little scene here with a Russian cannon, Zis-30, if I'm not wrong. Then over here, we've got our tank collection. This is a Sharby 1, a French tank. Cromwell 1, British tank. M10 tank destroyer, American tank destroyer. Russian T-34-76, Russian T-34-85. What's it called? Katyusha. BMN-13, I think is its name. Then this is a Churchill 3, British tank. Humber armoured car. British tank, and then my custom model of a Tiger. And yeah, and then this area is just the museum. This is in there would be the actual museum. So if we go back to the road and carry on back down this way, we now go this way. You get to this crossroad. Then if you go in here, you've got, this is the higher area of Ponte Pandy. You've got nice Voldo cars in there. You've got your Fanny's bar. Whoops. And you've got some nice shops and things. You've got Ponte Pandy Academy. Oh no, the kiddies. They've stretched. Never mind. If you carry down here, you've got your Pets at Work establishment. And you've got some general shops. Very nice. Very nice. Over here is Ponte Pandy signal box, where the operations for the line are maintained. And yeah, commercial inn. It's like a little bar we've got over here. We've got all the shops. And then if you carry on down here, under the railway bridge, there is now a railway bridge out of Ponte Pandy Station. Carry on around here. Get to the main part of Ponte Pandy. We've got a KFC to go and get your fried chicken crab, and you can just if I turn down the music, you can hear the church's bells. And yeah, this has just got some basic scenery, so it doesn't ruin your game. If you carry on down here, Bronwyn's Cafe is no more. And then this area has been redone with some lovely rocks, waves. That used to be the location of Ponte Pandy Head. It is now no longer Ponte Pandy Head. Got a nice pier here. And then that up there is Ponte Pandy Castle. which some of you will realise is Conway Castle, but go away. And down here we've got this lovely tramway. Very pretty. If you carry on down this rail tunnel, get onto this pier, and come to the docks, which is when lots of cool stuff happens. We've got ships departing, ships coming in. Yeah, plenty of detail going on. That's the harbour master's office. Well, it's the control tower kind of thing. I'm not sure if it's called that. I do like ships, but I'm not very. I don't know a lot about them. You can always come and have a banana. So yeah, the water, as you can see now, is nicely coloured. So if we come back here, over this bridge, you can see that over here there is Ponte Pandy Market, which branches off this little place here. So if we come here and walk down here, you can see Ponte Pandy Market, where they sell your onions, your lettuces, your cabbage, your carrots, your potatoes, your bananas, your oranges, your apples, your cherries. And then your dodgy food thing. But there's a lot of fruit in this market, isn't there? It's a very fruity market. And then we've got some more dodgy food and some clothes. And a bike. And some more t-shirts. Got some humans of the male variety. There is a human of the... Oh, there's a statue that looks nice. That is a foot. We thought it looked nice. So if you carry on up here, this hasn't got scenery on purpose because it's part of the market. So we go up here and we've got lovely grass again. Redone the signals. So if you just so you can get a perspective. We're pulling out of Ponte Pandy. Come down here. You can obviously see the waves now, and the coastline's been severely improved. Not severely, heavily improved, sorry. This here is the junction to the museum. As you can see. If we now carry on, if we carry on down the line, we've got some lovely trees. You can see Ponte Pandy Harbour in the background. And we come to this junction, another new thing. We've got a signal box here, and some stop markers for trains. So now, if you go in here, you can reverse back in, down here, into the engine shed. Which is Ponte Pandy Works. Which is where we keep, for example, our thumper. I mean, there should be a lot more locos here, but for FPS sake, I just kept the thumper. 205005 is our resident thumper. So if we carry on back out here, it's a nice gradient, but it's very short, so it's easy to get up. You come to these two signals, Ponte Pandy carriage sidings, PCS. If we carry on down here, I'm actually going to redo them signals because they're not meant to be PCS, they're meant to be PW. So I'm just going to quickly redo them. PW. Lovely, just load in. There you go, PW, sorted. So if you carry on down, you've got some beautiful fields that were, I got the inspiration from Joe's work. So he gave me some advice, and I did it, and it now looks really nice and drivable. Of course, you've got waves along the coastline with wave sounds and seagulls and birds, and the hills in the background. Carry on. As I said, the scenery ends at Hatchworth at the minute. We've added distance signals, telegraph poles, Hatchworth has had a major revamp done by Bertie. Now it has an airfield, and that is essentially where the scenery ends. It does go a bit further, but there's not much more to it. There's a level crossing here. Your bunny there. I mean, this carry, as in everything is still there. The route is still whole. As you can see, Pontypandy's have evolved a lot. Littleton by Sea's got a level crossing. And a whistle board. And then no, that was Salton Bay. Sorry. Now Littleton's actually changed a bit. It's had its scenery deleted as everything else. So the station is as it was because it's quite nice. Obviously that needs patching up because that looks weird. Now, if you go down here, there used to be an abandoned branch line, and there still is, but now we've made it actually so it makes sense. So you go in here, see the abandoned branch line, but now it actually leads somewhere. That is NCB Colton. In the Pontypandy area. So you say, oh, that's a bit lazy, didn't go any further. Obviously it still needs a lot of scenery, but I did actually add some mine detail in the background, so it looks like the colliery is still there, just disused. And actually the advantage of that is if I turn up to it, yes, there is nothing else after that. And yes, it still needs some work. If you do something like this, you can get a really pretty view of the trains going past. That's also a really nice advantage of having the colliery assets. Also, Henry's Castle for Littleton is there, just Littleton Castle really. And then the best bit of the route, in my opinion, has always been this, and will always be the Littleton by Sea Viaduct with the commemorative plaque for the people that died. Put a bloody spanner in the works, only because Pontypandy was built in 1875. So we're going to have to backdate it to 1865. Right. This is a mighty viaduct. Amazing. How many people gave their lives? 47 men. Oh my god, that's a lot of flipping men. But that is a spectacular viaduct. Very, very pretty. So let's run a train. Going to use a home locomotive on a home service. The stream will have to end within half. Oh no, the stream will not have to end at the minute because We're fine. Right, loco. Right, W1. 37. So we're going. I've decided. Let's drive. Where's my stock list? Oh, where's it gone? There he goes. So we are going to drive Vale of Rydal to Hatchworth and back. My wonderful 37. As in my AP's 37, the one that's at my railway is what I meant. And now we're going to use one of my absolute favourite coaching sets when I eventually find them. So, if I find them, Maroon, BFK, and then we had 1, 2, 3, 4, and an FO. Beautiful. So this is one of my favourite coaching sets. It's obviously 37 magic. Currently route ourselves into Hatchworth. Right, so before we do anything, we're going to sort this out. There we go. Now on vacuum passenger, key in. Yeah, let's just get the instrument lights up. Neutral. Into AWS first. Into full service, actually into release. Let's get the tail lights off and route indicator and headlight on. The signal should be up. Yep. These signals are nice. I mean, don't get me wrong. AP signals are beautiful, but they're designed for the wherries, not for the Ponte Pandy. Let's say. Let's get rid of this. That we need train heating for these coaches because we've got no ETH cable, so I'm not going to bother turning it on. Let's let them brakes come off. Right, now I'm just going to go into full service. I really smell like a brake. Right, that's good. Now I'm going to open my doors. Passengers can now board this train bound for Hatchworth. On board a Vale of Rydal. These are lovely LMS porthole coaches. Not porthole, honestly. I'm going to actually close the door and watch an outside departure. Right, so into forward. Let's go. There we go. Good. Bit of thrash out of Ponte Pandy. Lovely. That needs a bit of detail there. Get on my to-do list. fact, we're going to do it now before I forget. Right. Here we go. No, wrong asset block. Wrong asset block. Correct asset block. Extend it a bit. Right, and we need. By the way, please give us as much feedback as you can on the route and what you think of it. Right, VP. Grass low. VP grass 2. 2 zeros. Bam. There you go, lovely. It's nice. She's nice and clean today. She's had a nice wash. Viola Idol has. That is one of the most beautiful. Look at the state of that. See that rolling over the bridge? Bit of flash. Right, there we go. Thrashing past now 37. Right, absolutely whacking past. There you go, we've reached 50 miles an hour already. Whacking this beast out of Pontypandy towards Hatchworth. I'll give you a caddy of the route now. It's really pretty now, got to admit. Field diver, I think that is now. And you can get some really nice views of this now. Some lovely sheep there, and goats. Of course, with the beautifully detailed coastline and your beautiful rocks. Yeah, so repeater is confirming we have permission to, and well, what am I on about repeater? Our distance saying that the next signal is green. That signal is a bit spazzy, by the way. It's not the best one. Coming a bit past here. There we go. Nicely does it. Calm down and then brakes a bit. Sorry about this, guys. I just got a bit of gunk on my keyboard. There we go. And release. Let it roll. Sorry, guys. Ooh. Just got a bit of rubbish on my keyboard. Try and wipe it off. There you go, much better. And the train's in. Right. Next one round. So we're going to go in here. Right. Get the points changed for the runaround. Throttle down now. Right. Out. Roll back. Whoa, that's forwards. Let's open the window. Get up to 20 and run her down. Get their lamps down and then cut off. Slow down to 20. And stop. hate having the window open on a train. I used to do it compulsively, now I can't stand it, does my head in. Even, I don't know why. Right, flash a bit. There we go, rolling in now. It's enough. Couple up to them nice coaches and take them up to Ponte Pandy. Funk, funk, funk. Brakes. Release. And apply again. Ooh, that was a bit harsh, wasn't it? Right, what we're going to do now is we're going to turn off them, and we're going to turn off them, and we're going to do this. All the way around. We're going to release our brakes. Let's get into off. Do them. Key out. And AWS off. Right, now we're going to change ends. Let's do them. Turn them up. Right, so now ready to go back. The doors aren't opening, so let's just go. Oh, I know why the doors haven't opened. Silly sausage. Because I haven't coupled, have I? Got a different horn there. Signal is clear. Little seagull there. Get them brakes releasing into forwards. Get a nice screenshot before we go of the beauty herself. Nice old blast of the horn. Shoot, quickly sort something out, guys. I'm sorry about this. No! Oh, yeah, okay. Wait a minute. So I'm just having some issues with my R on my keyboard. Right. Off we go. Testing my key. I don't know what I'm doing, just need to calm. I have an issue, which is I get very obsessed with things working perfectly, and if they don't, I get really put off. I've got to stop that right now. Lovely coaches. The rake is based here. dab dab do bad do bad. What a sight. It's so much better than it was, honestly. What I hate a lot about what I hate about a lot of coastal lines is that they're not actually that coastal. But this route is, for me, what I needed was like a proper coastal route, you know, and that's what we have. This is the junction for the carriage sidings. Just get a nice view. I need to add an arrow to that signal. But I don't know where I can find an arrow. See if I look it up in my assets folder. That's what I usually do. If I look up arrow. Right, I don't know where. Right, BR arrows, arrow. Right arrow. There we go. That's what I want. Right arrow. Open with TS tools. So that is. That's a traffic cone. Arrow warn speed L. Right, open. TS tools. The speed arrow L. Right, so if I go to here. Speed arrow L. Nearly. Yeah, that's it. Just in Spain, there's lots of these arrows. Every signal that could be confused has got an arrow. Much better. Actually, as you come up to it. A minute. Pause. I'm gonna get a nice shot of this. You can actually tell that it's pointing that the signal is from them tracks. I'm gonna throttle down now shortly. There you go. Coast. Let the lamps run down a bit and off. And step one. Well, not step one, the initial is what I meant. Museum Junction. Fixed AWS. Yeah. There we go. Lovely. Javelin. And pulling in to Ponte Pandy. Lovely, right. Let's put the loco into the sidings and then we're going to do another run on a different loco. Actually, what I'm going to do though is I'm going to do... Oh no, sorry, it's from this cab though, isn't it? I know you should be enough and whatever, but... Yeah, that's why I don't like using vac brakes, because they're not properly simulated. It's not, well, it's semi-AP's fault. I think part of it is just a limitation with NTS. And there goes the power. Open her up a bit, gently does it, and put it back into on, and let her roll. Now we're going to do a run on a different route, by the way. We're not going to be on the Ponte Pandy, just to have a bit of different gameplay. We're going to do a class 170 run, probably on the 5 circle. I'm probably going to whack her into there. Actually, no, I'm not. I'm just going to put it here on the side. Park her up here on the side. There we go. And then run round. Loop. Right, so lights off. AWS off. Fully round off. We release. Oh, shit. Forgot to do that. Ba-bum, ba-bum. Right. And she's now dead. That was lovely to play, and now going to get to you guys on that. And we're going to do a runny run. On something. I'm not sure what. Probably a class 170, as I said, 170. But where? Right, sorry about that, guys. I was just I was reading a message. I love driving DB37. I fancy a 170. I'm not sure I fancy. The issue is, I don't fancy So I haven't got that really proper. There's the Birmingham to Bristol is for the Old South Wales Coastal, and no one has that. Well, they do, obviously. It's we don't. It's a 15-minute service. How about no? That's a half an hour service. Suppose it's not the worst, but I don't really enjoy driving on the Portsmouth Direct because it just ruins your FPS. Cardiff to Nottingham, I'm quite a big fan of. So this is from Derby to Nottingham at night. I'm not a fan of driving at night. What about oh, that's tempting. From Matlock to Leicester. I hate the Midland Main Line 170 livery. Well, I could do ScotRail, and I really like the ScotRail. Yeah, let's do ScotRail, shall we? X first? No, just play. Right, in we go. In we go. Right. Good afternoon. Please begin by opening the doors and setting up the train ready for a 15:41 departure. We'll be calling at Glenrothes via Aberdeen, except Edinburgh Gateway. Sure thing. Set doors. Thank you. It'll be a bit laggy around Edinburgh. Because it's Edinburgh. Ow! We're going to Glenrothes. Got 15158 here. Disgusting livery. What else have we got? 170. Oh yes. 322s. 220, sorry. And a beautiful 90. What? Oh yeah, sorry. My mind stalled. And oh, the best 91 of them all. Well, actually, it's not, but it's one of the best. I love that one. It's so nice. And more 158s. Nice. Let me just check. Yeah. Welcome on board. Oh, I think this scenario's got announcements, if I'm not wrong. So yeah, that'd be nice. Yeah. So there's a 350 pulling in there, really cool, and then 170 pulling in. So we are in. Don't know what cab number it is. 170395. Oh, got a signal, so we can turn. Oh, DR8 apparently has always been off. Okay. That's confusing. So we will be calling at Edinburgh. Well, we're at Edinburgh Waverley, Haymarket, South Thingy, Dalmeny, North Queensferry, Ferry, Inverkeithing, Dalgetty Bay, Aberdour, Burntisland, Kinghorn, that's me, Kirkcaldy, and Glenrothes by Thornton. Over the Fife, fourth bridge for that. So the train nicely tells us to check the TPWS brake demand light. Luckily it is off. Do not move your train. It wouldn't let me. But okay. Right, wait for the guards buzzers. Right, off we go. Oh, I love the sound of 170. Probably going to get some WSP if I go into full power, aren't I? Yep. WSP activity. Oh, let's raise that 320. Go, make it up to 20 miles an hour and coast. Brake a little bit. There we go, pulling out of Waverley. AWS start. Five eight over there. Yeah, announcements. Oh, the sound of it! Honestly, it's so satisfying, the sound of 170. Or Turbo Star, essentially. Not the... yeah. Another 320. And you can go 35 now. And when we get up to a little bit more speed, there you go. Hold it nicely, and we're now approaching Haymarket. We're going to be careful with the braking because we're coming in snowy conditions. Step 2.
We are now approaching Haymarket. Please mind the gap when alighting from this train.
Step 2. You can tell there's a depot there. Oh, and that was the 3 car, and I missed it. Well done, Adrian. Full service. No, there's an S stop there, so we can justify ourselves. No, it's fine. Stop. Stop. Neutral. And doors.
This is Haymarket. This train is for BRLocos Studios. This train will call at South Gyle, Dalmeny, North Queensferry, Inverkeithing, Dalgety Bay, Aberdare, Burnt Island, Kinghorn, Kirkcaldy, and BRLocos Studios. The next stop is South Gyle.
There's no point in me doing announcements anymore. The lady does them beautifully. Honestly, there is no point whatsoever in me doing them anymore. Well, comes another 170 going to Waverley, I suppose. No idea. Didn't catch that at all. Falkirk Grahamston. Don't think it is, but okay. Oh! 320's off. The funny thing is we're faster than it and we're diesel. Lol, I bet you will catch up with it in no time. Are we 100-mile-an-hour units yet? He's 100 as well, I think. The driver, I mean the guard should close the doors shortly. And then we're going to be off. So we have the signal out of Haymarket. Probably going to get some WSP activity now. No. Wow. Up slow. Right liners. There's a 158 in the depot over there. So I'm not sure, I can't see very well. Come on, a bit more. Yeah, it's just diesel stuff. And the 66, I think. Yeah.
The next stop is St. Giles.
No, it's not. It wasn't 66, it's just another 158. Right. Like 158 galore up here. 158 here, 158 there, 158 everywhere. Let's get a nice flyby shot. Woo! Picking up the speed now. Sounds lovely. Oh, got transmission changed onto direct drive. Not direct, I think it is. It has to be because when I throttle down, it's not throttling down the engine. I'm gonna coast now. South Gile, Dilly or Fleur is there. So I'm going to step on. Step 2. And pretty clear at step 1. There we go. Step 2 again. Gently come down. A bit more. Oh, that's a lot.
We are now approaching St. Giles.
Guile, that's it. Oh, that's the 3-car stop again that I've missed. God, I am on a missing spree today. Right. Dolmeni. Dalmeny. Whatever. We're not stopping at Edinburgh Gateway. Edinburgh Gateway. We're not stopping there. Which is cool. Or not cool. Doors closing, interlock light on, buzzer forward, step 1, and power 3. And there we go. Oh, WSP activity going on there, the wheels are slipping. There you go, no longer slipping. Where's that go? There's the bath gate. The place where people have baths inside gates. Yeah. We will be calling out lots of places. I can't be bothered to do the announcements anymore. I haven't got a reason to live. The lady does it for me. Life is now boring. At least she knows how to say the place name, so. Edinburgh Gateway. We might be aligning ourselves with the 5/4 bridgey thing. Yeah. Magical bridge of the 5/4 thing. Magic. There's an airport there. It's a bit cold. It looks very frozen. DVD. Transmission's changed. Some random A310s there. "80 miles an hour shortly. We've got to slow down to 75 and then speed up to 90 again. Throttle down. She's gone notch 2 actually. So that she won't slow down and up it on notch 2. "158. There's the bridge. I think yeah, it's after, isn't it? Has to be. No, it's the bridge is probably after damming here. Right, yeah. Brake step 1. Step 2.
We are now approaching Domain.
It's a 3 stop. And keep it down around 2. Back to 1. Keep rolling. On 1. Step 2. And there's release. 1. Roll. Step 1. Nice stop. Step 3. Neutral doors.
This is Dalmatian. This train is for Glenrothes with Thornton. The next
Oh, lady, careful. Get out of the way, you silly sausage. So the next station, well, the next place will be the bridge. I love driving over this bridge, it is so satisfying, honestly. North Queen's Ferry, or whatever you call it. Right, doors, interlock light on, buzzer. There you go, forwards. Use a DVD, step 1, buzzer, and off we go. Oh, so nice. Let's just get it going. WSP activity going on there. Whoa, careful, darling. Get a bit of sand down. I'm going over the beautiful bridge. Oh yes, look at this. Queen's Ferry. Look at the state of that. Nothing more flipping satisfying than driving across cool places. Tamar Bridge. Thingy Bridge, the one we're on. Need a bit more juice. Just look at the state of this. How cool is that? That's too cool. And from the inside it's the coolest, seeing all the girders on top. That signal is the weirdest coloured signal I've ever seen. That is so cool to drive over, honestly. Look at that. Beautiful Scotland. Is that the moon? No, it's the sun. Ow! Lots of signals on this bridge. Look at the state of this. I'm going to slow down for the station now. Honestly, the best 10 minutes of any drive you can possibly have.
We are now approaching North Queen's Ferry.
Hey, stations on down hills to make it impossible to stop. Step 1, just hold it on step 1 until about here. That was fun going over that bridge. Brakes. Next stop is Inverkeithing, ladies and gentlemen. So, I love the fact that Windows is telling me it's going to be rain that's going to stop soon, and yet it's not actually raining. So the base condition, it hasn't been met for it to stop. Lol. Right, looking at 170. Don't know why I did that. I hit the space bar by mistake. Next station is Inverkeithing. I'm probably going to leave it at Inverkeithing, to be honest, because I'm going to have to go soon. So I think we'll leave the stream at Inverkeithing. Love the 5 circle. Never drive it. Love it though. Clear signal.
The next stop is Inverkeithing.
Good to know. My mum probably would have done this trip many moons ago. Oh, I got a massage from someone. Okay, I'm going to, yeah, we're definitely going to have to, okay, there's Inverkeithing, perfect. Don't overdo it, Adrian. We're on a downhill and there's a 40. Soon to be a 50 and then a 40 again. Bargaining lunatics. But I'm so excited for the video you're going to get later on today, guys. Right, brakes. Right, and this is the last station I will be driving you to.
We are now approaching Inverkeithing. Change here for services via Dunfermline and the bus link to Edinburgh Airport.
How exciting! Halt the train. Gonna next driver take control right. Step 3, neutral DRA on doors, and then key out. Oops, that was not what I was trying to do. Key out,
This train is for Glenrothes with Thornton. The
and then
next
get out of the cab.
stop is
So thank you very much for joining us this stream, everyone. It was a pleasure to drive you through beautiful Scotland for a while. 170 says so too. And I hope to see you in the next video. Thanks for watching. Bye.